Well, after starting their series on the road, the Lloydminster Bobcats are back home after picking up a split in Fort McMurray, which was pretty impressive. Moses Boldu joining me, and we'll have more.
Oh, you know what? It's even more than that. I can only imagine what the Civic Center is going to be like for games 3 and 4, particularly tonight for game 3, because that place will be rocking. Of course, this is a team that going into the series, you wouldn't think necessarily would beat Fort Mac, or at least at that stage, get the split on the road. They haven't been the greatest road team, but if you look at it, they have an opportunity to actually lead in this series, which I don't think any of us would have thought at the beginning. Anyways, Matt Schumont catches up with Bobcats head coach Gary Van Herway.
Thanks, Moses, here with head coach Gary Van Herway. Now, Gary, I just want to go back to the first 2 games. You go to Fort Mac, you're able to pick up the split. Just talk about your guys' effort the first 2 games.
I thought we had a real genuine effort both games, and you know, particularly in game 2, coming off that loss, you know, where we had that 3-1 lead and let it go. Discipline kind of got the best of us a little bit, just untimely penalties more than anything else. And they're a team, if you take those penalties, their power play, they're going to hurt you, and they did, and credit to them. But in the second game, you know, with Mulder getting suspended and having to sit 2 games, that left us with just the 10 forwards. So we went with 10 forwards and 7D, and just got a real solid effort out of everybody in that dressing room. And certainly it was just a great character win on the road in Fort Mac. It's not an easy building to play in, but we knew we wanted to come home with at least a split, and they were successful in doing that.
Okay, now you guys are back at home. The Civic's going to be absolutely rocking tonight. So I guess what is the message for game 3 tonight?
Well, put those 2 behind us. We're split and we're down to a best of 5, and we know that we got to win at least 3 of the next 5 games, and 2 of them are going to be at home. So we're not going to look ahead to tomorrow night. We know that their feathers were riled a little bit, and they're going to come in here and they're going to be a good hockey club. They got very good goaltending. So once again, we're going to have to be at our best, and once again, we're going to have to certainly control our discipline and make sure we have that intact. And if we do, our guys work extremely hard and capitalize on chances the other team gives us. So I feel very comfortable that if we play the top of our game that we can be successful.
All right, thanks a lot, Gary. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, just a reminder, puck drop for tonight's game 3 is at 7:30. Moses?
Thanks a lot, Matt. We're going to move on to the Baker Hughes Bobcats. They look to take the next step on their journey to the AMHL final. Of course, on Saturday, the Cats had 6 different goal scorers, including Cale Clegg and Ryan Symington, who each had a goal and an assist in their 6-3 win over the St. Albert Raiders. Now, the Cats hold a 2-1 series lead back to St. Albert, where they can finish the job tonight. Puck drop is at 6:45. That's your first look at sports. Gerard is up next with weather. Imagine being a teenager and having to pack up all your belongings and move to a new city just to play hockey. Now imagine if you're 18 and moving to a different country. Well, that's what happened to Lloydminster Bobcat Patrick Geary over the summer. Now, Nerman Issa takes a look at how things are going for an American import living in the prairies.
That goal was just one of 12 Bobcats forward Patrick Geary scored in the 2013-14 season. The rookie racked up 25 points in 60 games, good for 7th in team scoring. Now, Gary's been a great pickup for the Bobcats, who sealed the deal when he met with head coach Gary Van Herway in BC last year.
It was one of the options of where to play, and it just seemed like the perfect fit. And then finally coming up here to Lloyd and meeting everybody, I'm from a small town, so it was easy to go into the small town kind of thing.
Well, it may be easy to adapt to a small town, but it's a whole new country for Geary. Hailing from Libertyville, Illinois, he's a long way from home. That's why his billet family has never been more important.
Just living with the Hancocks, they've been an unreal family, and it's been perfect. There's probably the ideal billet in my situation.
It's the first time the 19-year-old has moved away from home, but he understands the sacrifice players need to make in order to follow their hockey dreams.
When you've been playing something for however many years it is, that you just grow to love it, and it just becomes a part of your life. And then you see, as you get older, you start to see all the sacrifices and stuff starting to come to be something positive, like making a junior A hockey club.
Now, it's tough to be away from family, but Geary makes sure he connects with them via Skype.
What are you guys doing? Are you having fun?
Yeah, just hanging out.
While they reconnect via technology, a few days later, there was quite the treat for the hockey player up in the stand at the Civic Center. His parents and younger brother came up to the border city for a few days and were able to watch him play in person. And just like that, in front of his family, the Bobcat scores. Now, while it's tough to be away from each other, the Gearys are happy about his situation.
It's wonderful. Everyone here is, we know why Patrick likes it so much.
Having a blast, great people, great town of Lloydminster, very welcoming.
As for Gary's relationship with his billet family, he knows it's one of the reasons he's finding success on and off the ice.
I've been a positive addition to their house, so it kind of makes you feel good.
You're not doing this to get rich.
You're not. There is a lot of commitment.
But you get so much back and more, just in the whole experience of it all.
It makes it worth it because you come here to play hockey, but you don't realize the rest of the impact you have until you're actually here.
Nara Manisa, Newcap Sports.